Hi everyone, I'm out today, but I would still like you to start on this assignment. This is where you will use data from this page that you see here. These are the KWAT television script cards, which represent data that is given on how much damage and what was felt during an earthquake. And you're going to create a map from this information. So this is based on information on the Mercalli scale and earthquake intensity that you should have already taken notes on today. This is something that is in the packet of information that you'll receive. This is a modified Mercalli scale, and this is a scale from 1 to 12. You can see these are Roman numerals, but this just means numbers 1 through 12. 1 meaning people don't feel anything. This is very, very weak earthquake or very far away from one. And number 12 is like everything is destroyed. And so all of the numbers in between represent different amounts of damage and destruction. And what you'll be doing is, and I'll demonstrate here, like with the first one here, how you do this. So you start with your page here and you read a caller's response. So it says, "Hi, this is Charles from the hospital. We only had slight to moderate damage in the new well-built children's care building." So we've got slight to moderate damage in a well-built building. That's going to be an important piece of information there because it relates to the amount of damage that was done to stuff by the earthquake. And then it continues to say the building containing most of the records was old and poorly built. Containing most of our records was poorly built and damage there was considerable. That's my daughter with her frozen toy. Okay, so poorly built buildings suffered considerable damage. Okay, that's another little clue there. So what we'll do is go from this script card to our Mercalli scale, and we're going to find the Roman numeral description that best describes what we saw there. So moderate damage, I'm going to look somewhere in the middle. So here's 5. Almost everyone feels it. Sleeping people are awakened. Doors swing open or close. None of those clues were given in the caller's description. Let's see. So let's move on. Number 6. Everyone feels the movement. People have trouble walking. Pictures fall off walls. Oh, here we go. Here's a statement about damage. Damage is slight in poorly built buildings. So I think what it said in ours was that to poorly built buildings, damage was considerable. So that doesn't quite get it. Maybe it's a little bit stronger. Let's read number 7. Damage is slight in to moderate in well-built buildings and considerable in poorly built buildings. So this is clearly here the clues match. So Roman numeral number 7, or Mercalli scale value of 7, is what we would assign to this caller. And this caller, Charles, is calling from the hospital. So that's where I need to find on my map. So at the end of this packet, there's a map of Wattsville, and there are locations here. So you'll find the locations are denoted by a plus sign, and here's the hospital here. So I'm going to take my Mercalli scale value, and I'm going to add it to this map for the hospital. Now this is going to get a little tight, but you'll be able to do this. This is a value of, what was it, 7? Yes, this is a value of 7. So I'm going to write number 7 here by the hospital. And so now I know that this location there was a 7. Okay, and then you're going to repeat this process for all the callers which represent, these different locations. And you're going to end up with a map that has numbers all over it. Like maybe this is a 5. Maybe this over here is a 5. These are just examples. Maybe out here is like, it's only a 2 out here. Maybe this one is a 2 or a 1. Here's a 1 by the lake. Okay, and so now you can see that the highest values is where your earthquake epicenter is most likely located. So after you have your numbers all on this page, you're going to use a color scale, okay, to color in the Mercalli scale, your map here, to make it look sort of like a bullseye is what it's going to resemble. You're gonna match color numbers that have the same number. The numbers that are the same, you're going to include them in the same color. So I mentioned the colors, and so here I will switch over to a view where you can see different colors given for different Mercalli scale intensity numbers. So you can use this as your colors. You can feel free to pause the video here and keep it open on your computer so that you can have this as your color scale. So a value of 1, you're going to leave white. 2 or 3, you'll color that purple. 4, a blue color. 5, green. 6, yellow. 7, sort of like a light orange. 8, you can color that dark orange. And then 9 can be red. And then 10 or higher, you color it like a deep red. Okay, so let me just quickly demonstrate how I would do this. I had a couple 5s on my page there, so I'm going to use this green color. I'll switch over to green to draw on my map to connect the areas that are a 5. So I would have more numbers here, so this is going to be easier when you have more numbers. But I'm assuming that my earthquake epicenter is probably going to end up being somewhere in here where my highest value was. And then I'm going to color in anywhere there was a 5. So there was the 5. And I had a couple 2s drawn here. So I'm going to connect the 2s. 2 should be purple. So let's see if we can get some purple. Here we go. Alright, so the 2s, again, centered around the epicenter, but connecting the values that are the same. Okay, like that. And the 1 would be white, so I wouldn't color it. And it's 7, if there was a bunch of 7s here in the middle, 7s would be like a light orange. So I'll go ahead and paint that in as an orange area, okay? And so it's going to end up looking a bit like a bullseye. What you're creating is called an isoseismic map. This is one of the skills that you'll be needing on Fridays, or what you'll be demonstrating on Friday's practical. So make sure to work on this solidly today. You'll be getting a grade for how far you get, and then you'll finish it up on Thursday. We'll do some review for Friday's practical. All right, I'm going to leave you on this screen so you could pause your video here to have your color scale. Good luck, guys. Thanks.